Okay, this is the next update. I got the dry core, or what's called barrier, which is kind of a 1/2 inch plywood or 3/8 chipboard with a rubber kind of gasket. And it's actually supposed to go the other way around and go underneath your flooring if you have water issues so that the water flows through. And I'm going to use it to make carts for my portable helix and carts for my portable modules while they're at home, because I have a show height, but if I want to have it at a sitting height, I can do that too. So this is the helix size that I'm most likely going to go with. I'm using the V16 from KATO track, the double track, and I've got, it's kind of hard to visualize, but I'll show you. I've got this all figured out so that this IKEA table is cut to size, and then the track can come off of it and go on to the helix. Now, the distance between there, that gap, is the IKEA tables, the normal 1, 2, 3. So basically, kind of a 3 by 6 foot, roughly, because IKEA is in metric. So that IKEA table, that special piece with a piece cut out of it, and then a normal piece, 3 of them, this way, will be where those blocks are. Now, in fairness, those blocks aren't going to have to be there anymore with the new design, because I'm going to make it so that this is actually on 2x4s, and I got casters for it. I, of course, didn't get the hardware or get that far, but basically there'll be casters on this giant board, and then the helix will sit on that. It'll be raised up to go from an IKEA transition into this dry core or barrier from Lowe's, dry core from Home Depot underlayment. So it's kind of hard to explain, but that is the base of the cart, and underneath there'll be casters. I'm thinking there'll be 6, and I can just wheel it right into place, or I can remove the helix stack off and the track and basically wheel this giant dolly 3 by 6 foot to wherever I want. Now on this section, I'm going to, it's tongue and groove, so I'm going to put 2 together is how it's going to work, and they're each going to have 4 casters. So I need to pick up, it looks like at least 4 more, and then I'll build 1, 2, 3, 4 bases. Same kind of system with 2x4s, and then the same kind of wheels. And then taking into account, when you look at it like this, those IKEA tables are going to be eliminated in this design, and those will be on wheels. And this section itself, like you can see how this is kind of raised up, these will actually sit right on a level of that. So this is going to be the base, and then there'll be 8 more for the top, basically a cart. So it's got this on the bottom of the cart with casters under it, and it's got this on the top of the cart, and each cart is 2 of them. And these are 23.5 inches by 23.5 inches, and that's pretty damn close to what these IKEA things are converted in metric this way. So that little bit that the lack table is short, it basically makes up for it. It'll be a little bit long, but as far as width, it's damn near perfect. So one of the carts will be less. So right now I have 5 of the modules laid out, and I have 1 over there. I'm going to have to decide how much of the hallway when this is set up is going to be blocked. I'm thinking none. So this is an example, but if you put this here like that, that's how it's going to go from the modules onto the helix. The reason that I'm building such a large helix is because I'm scared of them. I have read that people wish they never had one. and they're usually putting it in a layout room. And because my wife was allowed me to have this out here for certain times, you know, it's collapsible like a Christmas tree, basically. Essentially, it allows me to have as big a helix as I want because the space is a multi-purpose space. So we've changed the space around to build these, changed the space around to blow up that castle, play with the toys, whatever we need to do, watch a movie, you name it. So I'm going to build as big as possible because I have a lot of big steam engines and I want them to not be derailing, and I don't want it to be hard on the locomotive, and I want it to be able to pull as many cars as possible up the helix. You know, that's everybody's goal. I'm going to use re-railers in the straight sections. It's not going to be just plain straight track. The very top will be an IKEA table, and then all of the other levels will be this barrier from Lowe's. Each of these squares sells for $7.69 Canadian, which you can't even buy OSB and foam for that. They also sell for about $9 or $10, $2 more. They sell one with foam adhered to it that has an R rating, so if you wanted to carve mountains or something like that. I opted for this one because it's cheaper. I opted for this one because you can wipe it down. It's kind of a rubber coated, so if it sits in the utility room when it's out of use and it's got dust on it, I can just wipe it down, and I think that was a smart choice. It's not going to have scenery on the helix. On this portion, obviously we'll have scenery. I have a little trailer, 4x6, that has a rack that stores 10 of these IKEA modules. So all that'll be left is these little carts, 4 of them, and then one big cart with a removable helix. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys the update, and keep checking in because there is going to be more, and I will show you how to build a portable helix. Talk to you soon.